Good morning or good afternoon. Today is Saturday, July 16th, 2022. It is 11:16 a.m. Mountain Time. We're here outside of Layton Hills Mall. I don't actually have my normal camera equipment with me to stabilize the video. I'm just using my hand to hold it, but we're going to go ahead and walk around. You can see actually the trucks back there are taking away carnival that must have been in the parking lot here during the past week, taking away the rides. Some of it was still set up like a Ferris wheel beyond the JCPenney's building that's over here. And there's a movie theater over there. Can't remember if it's AMC or Cinemark. Looks like Cinemark. Yeah, Cinemark is there. And then there's an AMC theater that's right there in that orange building. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and try to walk through the mall. I don't know how well the connection's going to be. It could die out right away. But hopefully no security stops us. I'm hoping by the fact that I'm not having a gimbal with me to hold my device doesn't cause people to think is anything unusual. Yeah, we'll see how this walkthrough goes. So this is a Saturday morning, so it's probably not going to be too crowded. There's a T-Mobile store there. Let's take a look at the directory. Where are we at? We're on the upper level, so we just came in right here. So you got JCPenney's, you have a Dillard's. Food court is on the upper level here. On the lower level, looks like you also have an entrance to a Dick's Sporting Goods. And there's also a Sequest atrium. Let's see here. Good to see that some shopping malls are still in existence and thriving a little bit, right? Too many of the ones that I grew up with are completely gone and converted to normal chain, like outdoor stores. There's a giant Famous Footwear. It looks huge inside. Entertain Mart. Looks like they got a lot of DVDs. Maybe there's some video games. Yeah, the video games on the left. There's some Epic mobile repair. Looks like a mobile phone repair store. What do we have here on the right? Spencer's. Those are those unique t-shirts, right? Yep. There's my type of store, the toy store. That's the Go Games and Toys. They used to have one of those in Tower City in downtown Cleveland that I would go to, but then a few years ago it just went out of business. What do we have here? Some type of sign promoting the Amazon rainforest. That must be in relation to the Sequest exhibit that is downstairs. Looks like there's also a children's play area on the lower level. Over there's the Coliseum. They have a little axe throwing and laser tag thing that people can go into. So for the food court, you've got Mrs. Fields Cookies, pretzel maker place. Dairy Queen and Orange Julius. And then there's a Greek place down there. I see a pizza and ice cream creamery place, Osaka, Chick-fil-A, and hot dog on a stick. Isn't it like corn dogs? Okay, let's check out the rest of the stores here on the upper level. American Eagle Outfitters. There's also a Forever Young place there. Well, that's just a shoe store though. Bath and Body Works. Victoria's Secret and Pink. Aeropostale, Foot Locker. Pro Image Sports. It looks like they have New Era caps at the very end there on the right. And then Dillard's. And there's another exit that would take you closer to some of the outdoor shops like Dollar Tree that are over there. Also, it's not a specific New Era store, just Pro Image Sports sells New Era stuff. Let's see what's on the lower level here. I saw back in Cleveland, Tower City tried to do some renovations in their atrium where the fountain used to be. I have mixed feelings on it. It looked like a lot of people online did not care for it, but hopefully I can do a video on that maybe sometime next week. Route 21. Utah Pro Scooters. There's a Hallmark. I don't know how popular the mall gets. Like when I see the level of traffic, even though this is still early in the day, oh, this looks like one of those things where you put a quarter in and it kind of like goes into the black hole. It serves as a donation for the Blue Water Ventures. I don't know. There's a picture of an animal there, so maybe that's related to animals. But yeah, I still wonder to myself, can these malls survive? Could be that it's just early in the day. I think the mall opened at 10 a.m. so it's only been open for an hour and a half. We're getting close to the lunchtime hour. There do seem to be some more people on the downstairs level here. That's where the Sequest Aquarium event is, back there. And over here is Dick's Sporting Goods. I think my reception is getting a little bit worse here in the lower level. So I'll try to wrap up the bottom portion of the mall and then get back upstairs where the signal is stronger. But you've got a Vans shoe store. Well, that store looks really cool. They're locals. Home, holiday, gift. They already have the Halloween stuff. And it looks like unique decorations that would make good stuff for home. Even all this stuff. It's like the type of decorations you'd want maybe in the living room or entranceway. What is that store there? Looks scary. Alright, there's actually an exit on this side of the mall on the first level, so we'll go out this way and then kind of walk around outside a bit. So outside the Dick's Sporting Goods, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings. The highway is going along the mall on that end, so there's not much to see. Hopefully we can wrap around through the outside. When I started the video, it was about 84 degrees, but it's going to quickly get up to 88 degrees. The past 2 weeks when I've been in Utah, every single day the high temperature has been somewhere between 92 to 98 degrees, and there was no rain whatsoever. But then yesterday morning, out of nowhere, I checked, I got up in the morning and it looked a little overcast outside, and then when I got up and looked, it said that there was going to be a rainstorm coming. So they do have a lot of the remnants of the carnival up, even though it's closed and finished. I may end up walking that way instead, just because I don't know if I can get through that way. But yeah, it was cool in the morning, so I went for a little walk down in this little creekway area with some nice views. And then on the way back from that walk, it started raining lightly, and then for the next 2 hours it rained, but the temperature was like 68 degrees. And I was like, oh yes, finally it gets to feel some cool temperatures. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. I believe the high is going to be the highest since I've been here, which is about 100 degrees it's supposed to set. I know they'll oftentimes have water restrictions here when the temperature gets so hot. Like they say you can't put your sprinklers on or water the grass for, I don't know if it's X number of days or length of time. And then you'll notice that some of the places that typically would have fountains going, whether it be at a mall or little park, they may not be running when the weather's so dry out. I'm not sure what caused it either, but last week I think there were 2 pretty strong fires, wildfires in the mountain area, because even though they weren't near where I was, if they're anywhere in the area and they get so strong, you can see from a long distance the big smoke in the sky. And then sometimes you'll then notice a little bit of a haze when you look toward the mountains. I don't know if that haze that is there right now is still after effects of the smoke and such, or if it just happens to be looking like that today. But when I was doing, for example, my bike riding video toward Ogden a little over a week ago, you'd have a much clearer view of the mountains. Where snow bans persist says, first time I've been here, live in a while. Oh, you mean live in like the comment section? Well, welcome. Glad you got to tune in for this live stream. You said, how are you getting around? Usually various modes. Like today, for example, my partner drove to the mall. She's busy doing something right now. It would be about like 45 minutes, so I figured, oh, since I have, rather than me going around shopping, I said, oh, let me do a little live stream walk around the area, because I don't think I've done a video around the mall before. But other times I will just bicycle or take the train, usually a mixture of those transportation modes. So this is outside Dillard's right now. Trying to see what's in the distance. Over there is Denny's. And then there's that's weird, there's a T-Mobile store there, but I swear there was also one in the mall. That seems like really close to have two T-Mobile locations, unless that was a different phone store when I first started the video. I can't remember. Sports Clips haircuts, and looks like a massage spa. There's a McDonald's over there and two other places, but one of them says Garcia's. It's probably like a Mexican restaurant. And I believe that is also a Wendy's up ahead. I've been going a bit crazy because I filmed this 3-hour video, I think it's been like 8 or 9 days ago now, in Salt Lake City. Combination of the downtown area and the area just outside of Salt Lake. And I uploaded it, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting, because YouTube wasn't finished processing it at first. And I was like, alright, this is taking pretty long, and I was still waiting. And then the video a day or two ago said that it was finished processing. And then I went to play it, and it was still in very low quality mode when you try to play it. So I'm like, it's driving me crazy. Like, got that nice long video with lots of good stuff in it. And now it's been, actually I think it's been like 10 days. So hopefully it can get that resolved so that it can be published. But I really wanted to mention, I guess I can tell the story here. When I was doing that Salt Lake video 10 days ago and filming it, I was riding my bike and got near, I believe it was 900 South Street. And I narrate throughout the video. And all of a sudden, I get to a certain intersection, and I look to my left, and probably about like 20 feet away, there's this guy crouched on the ground, and it looks like he's staring right at me, and I swear he had like a big machete in his hand. And then as soon as I saw that, I just quickly continued biking. I mean, the light had changed too, so I was able to. And I tried watching it back on my video later on, because I was recording like the whole bike ride with my chest mount. And it looked like in the video there's a shadow on the building, so it makes the portion of the video where that guy was crouched very dark. So it's hard to make out, but I swear it still looked like he had something in the shape of a machete in his hand. We're just walking through the parking lot now. That bus you see there, I believe there's two different buses that come here. One may run out all the way to Salt Lake or Ogden, I forget. But there's another one that goes to the Layton train station. It goes between the Layton train station and the Clearfield train station. It's like actually a free trolley, so one of the buses that you don't have to pay for. Similar to how Cleveland many years ago had the circulator buses that were free in certain communities like Lakewood. I forget where they had the other ones. This particular one is not the circulator. It looks like the one that goes out to Ogden, so you'd have to pay bus fare for it, but there's a Big Deal outlet, a Dollar Tree, dance studio, and the rest of the places kind of look like they're maybe out of business. Or maybe storefronts are just taking up multiple spaces. There's also a tiny kiosk shop over there that sells shaved ice. Interesting that they have a bicycle rack over here. It's kind of like away from everything, but also connected to the mall. Or sorry, connected to where the bus stop is laying over. Now that I look at that bus stop sign, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 5 different buses that are listed for that. And now I see another place over there called Popcorn Cottage. Looks like at some point they must have been selling fireworks in this parking lot, because I see the little fireworks stand, so probably near the 4th of July. They must have forgotten to take down the sign for that. There have been other parking lots where I still see those outdoor tents where they're selling the fireworks. I wonder how long those places stay up, since we're already almost 2 weeks past the 4th of July. There's a Costa Vida fast food place over there. Well, in the distance, there's also a bridge that kind of connects you over the highway that I showed earlier. There's a Kohl's store there, but then if you went over the bridge, I believe somewhere there's a lot more like department stores. One time when I did a live stream back in February, I walked for the majority of the live stream around various parts of Layton, and then when I got somewhere close to this area, going more so that way because there's like a Target and other shopping areas over there, I ended up taking the trolley. So the trolley, when I say trolley, I mean the free circulator. The trolley did blow by this area, so I probably captured some of that on video back then. City Lamp Duo says, glad to see Poco Traveler post up again. Yes. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, there's this one video I had from Salt Lake, and I've been waiting like 9 to 10 days and still hasn't finished processing, but hopefully I can get that up soon, and then next week hopefully I can find something to do video wise in the Cleveland area. I've been paying attention on Twitter and Instagram, seeing some various neat things that are kind of new, whether it be artwork installations or just other small things that are different in the downtown Cleveland area, so I can highlight some of those things. I already have a kind of a small list banked up in my head. One of the reasons I like walking sometimes in this area of Layton is because in a car it's like such a widespread area that sometimes it's hard to visualize in my head like a sense of direction, like what is located where. I'm stopping here because I'm in the shade right now, but when I walk I kind of get a better idea. Like in my head I can visualize, all right, if I go that way there should be like a little circle roundabout, and then going further that way, that's where a Barnes and Noble, Target, Chili's, I believe a Michael's craft store, and there's a few small hotels, another outdoor Chick-fil-A, and then even more stores. I believe the Layton train station is around that direction, if I have my sense of direction. Oh, Burger Week in Cleveland. That's good to hear. I'll have to see if they have a map. I know I did that for Mac and Cheese Week. I picked one location that was downtown and kind of tried to highlight that a bit. I wonder if there's like a set price for that. Like a Mac and Cheese Week was $5 specials. That's one thing about Utah, is that there's like no humidity here. So if you end up finding a spot that's in the shade, like right now it feels like a very comfortable 70-degree day when you're standing in the shade. If you walk in the sun, that's when you feel the beating sun just straight down on you. But if it were Cleveland and the high humidity, it really wouldn't matter if you're in the shade or not. You're gonna feel the heat quite intensely. Let's see here. We've been going for 27 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't really think... I mean, I could walk and continue exploring, but if I walk, like I said, certain things are so spaced out that it would take a while. But as I mentioned earlier, you've got the AMC Movie Theater there, Cinemark here. I think at one point last year when I was here at some point, diagonal from the AMC, not at the front of this parking lot over here, but a little bit further back, they were using that as one of the like COVID testing sites. You know how a lot of cities had big parking lot areas set up with COVID testing sites. So I know they had one of those locations there, where people could drive up and get their quick test and then move on. I know I've seen this parking lot fenced up for a while. I'm not sure if they're going to develop it into anything, or it almost looks like it used to be something, because there are various medians that are there, but I'm not sure what used to be there, or if it just used to be additional parking. And then, like I said earlier, more remnants of the carnival that was here this past week. That's one thing, when it's been such high temperatures, like 98 degrees at the peak part of the day, I would think to myself, who the heck would want to go to an amusement park? Like, imagine waiting in line. Granted, it's probably not like, probably weren't big lines at a carnival, but I'm thinking more of a big time amusement park. Who would want to wait in a line dying in the heat? And then not only that, when you get on the ride, especially if it's one that takes you up in the air, I just feel like the heat would be beating down in your face so much. I wonder if that's how they take all these rides away, like if they all compact into these trailers, because I see a boatload of trailers. I wonder if these, trailers just like hook the ride up to it and travel from place to place and actually kind of like live in those trailers while they're traveling for the carnival. I guess that could be part of carny life, right? I don't know if that is such a thing. I mean, you would see on various TV shows in the past, I mean, they would portray it as like evil carnival for a lot of the storylines, like on the TV show Heroes that I watched way back when. But yeah, that'll probably finish up today's video. I'm kind of at the spot where I began. So if you enjoyed this little walk around the mall and inside the mall, feel free to hit the like button, give us a subscribe, and we will see you next time. I'll also be curious to see, since this is the first video I've shot in a long time where I didn't have my gimbal. I want to see how stable my phone made things look, or if it was unbearably shaky, because I know a lot of times I'll tell friends and colleagues when I show them old videos where I didn't have my gimbal, I will see the shakiness in the video now, and I'll be like, oh, it drives me nuts. And they tell me like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any shakiness. But I know I'm sensitive to it, but we will see. And yeah, thanks again for everyone tuning in. I'm not sure if I will have another video after this besides the pending one from Salt Lake. Yeah, I'll see if there's any other feature I do perhaps tomorrow. If not, we will see you guys back in Cleveland sometime next week.